The season is already slipping away, and we feel it. There's an urgency beneath the surface, a quiet pull south. There's no time to linger, no time to follow the well-worn routes. Instead, we take the path few choose, threading through shallow, shifting waters where the silence of the Bight of Abaco stretches wide and endless. There's something about these places, the ones often passed over, the ones only found when you stop looking. They remind us why we keep moving, why we chase horizons that others pass by. Ahead, the journey unfolds, uncertain as always, but that's the only way it should be.
There we go. I think we're all ready.
That's a good boy.
Look at this happy boy. He's so excited. It has been a very long time since we have actually gone to the beach. So let's go. So excited to be on land.
We need more than hopes and wishes for us to make it through the night.
Say if you hold it up, you can hear the ocean.
Weary eyes,
I just hear his
hope
electric
to
note.
make it through the night. Before this night is over, I will guide you home.
All right, well, let's get back to the boat.
All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to
So right now we're on a rising tide. We want to make sure that there's enough water underneath us for us to actually get out of the anchorage. Currently, Daniel's doing an actual test with the little measure stick.
5.9 feet. And what's our depth sounder saying?
0.6? 0.5?
That's saying that there's only 5 feet of water when we're actually closer to 6 feet of water.
The depth sounder is also on one hole versus the other, and the ground is variable. Like, it's not a completely flat surface.
Where the depth sounder is could be reading like one of the hills that's underneath the water, and I could be shooting at one of the low points. So hard to call, hard to say. So we'll just go with the depth sounder.
All right, it is time for us to get going. Won't take long for us to pull up our anchor.
Shouldn't.
7 years to life.
Goodbye, Cave Cay. Until next time. A lot deeper than it was yesterday. So I can't see much in front of me because of this glare from the sun. And I told Daniel, I said, so I can only see about 20, maybe 30 feet right in front of us. So if I start freaking out, just throw it neutral and into reverse, and maybe then we'll be safe. But, you know, I just can't see much. But the depths are right. The high tide is definitely helping, and we're just following the pink line that is the suggested run line for this passage.
My heart got 7 years to life. I got 7 years to life.
We're entering the red dotted area.
The orange area.
Oh, this is an orange area, not a red dotted.
Not the red dot, but we're close.
Almost to the red dot.
Oh.
So the depths should start going down, but I still think we'll have plenty under us.
Yep. Well, there you
just have to get past that rock, and then we're clear, right? I'm pretty sure that's the name of the game.
Yep. Do something.
3 feet.
Run on the beach. 1.5. That's 2.
We're currently passing Spence Rock, and that means that we are just about out, and we have plenty of room below us and in front of us. That's Spence Rock.
They made it through. Another shallow passage successfully navigated. So yeah, we have 5 below us now, and now we're making a turn. So let's see if we can go find some wind.
The thing is that we need to find a good anchorage. There's not a lot of good anchorages in the Bight of Abaco, from what we understand. We do have a fish, though, which is exciting.
No, that's not very good. I walk it. Yeah, through the hook. Now, I don't think that was a barracuda either.
It's okay, we'll put the hook back in the water and see if we can get something else.
I should have kept attention on it and brought it on board.
We're new to all this, so, you know.
I know, I want fish too. You might be wondering yourself, why are we going through the Bight of Abaco? There's really nothing here.
This is a really desolate, secluded kind of environment, and there are no developments, no marinas, and very few people. So
And very little protection from anything except easterly winds.
right. So we are using the Bight of Abaco as a shortcut to the Exumas.
Yes.
That was our main goal. We want to get to the Exumas this year and spend more time there. The original plan was to go through the berries, and the weather window just was not cooperating.
No, it wasn't forming, and if it looked like there was going to be one, 2 days later, it evaporated.
Yeah. So we decided instead of going through the berries, we would go around and go through the Bight of Abaco. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are expecting a kind of a nasty, westerly, northerly
yeah.
blow in a few days. So we are going to soak up the seclusion, the isolation, as much as we can before we end up making our big hop.
Yeah. So
Where we go from here, from the Abacos, I'm not exactly sure. All right, so it is about 1 p.m. I'm gonna make a little snacky snack while Daniel's at the helm. It looks like we have changed our destination. Instead of going to Basin Harbor, we're going to go to Spirit Key. It should be better holding, and it puts us a little closer to the exit of the Bight of Abaco. That way we can make a hop somewhere else.
Oh, yum yum.
Little snacky snack.
Snacky snack. That's good stuff. It's delicious. Very good. Thank you.
We still have about 2 hours to our anchorage, so might as well do something to stay busy, right?
There's always laundry to do. But we do use a biodegradable soap. We're not put Tide and stuff in there. It is a eco-friendly biodegradable soap.
I really thought we were going to be the only ones out here, and there's a boat.
There's a boat. Yeah, he's fishing off the shallows that we're hoping for.
The fish hang out anytime that there's like a drop in elevation. So that's the key. Be ready when we go over that drop in elevation.
We're ready. Hooks in the water. That's fish. That might be
There you go. There it goes. Well, we we only catch barracuda. It sure makes it exciting though.
Yeah, we're about half a mile from where we're supposed to make a turn, and I don't really see where we're supposed to make this turn.
We're not gonna really be anchoring anywhere close to land today. It's gonna kind of be in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
Like the closest island is like half a mile away, which is really far for us. This is a terribly unprotected anchorage. We don't have, we have a 4.5 foot draft and we can't get close enough to land to actually be protected from any kind of swell. The good news is, sort of good news, is that the wind is actually going to die off as the evening goes. So we'll have less wind than we do right now.
Dropping. Give it some reverse here.
It's a good feeling, guys, to be stuck. We're anchored. We're here. It's been a great day.
Alright, you clear? We'll bring it up.
I am clear.
Bring it up. Raising. One, we want to get to where we want to get to before dark, and it's 70 some odd miles. And two, it helps our fuel efficiency. And the wind is it's just a little bit too light to keep us above that 6.5 knot. But I think we're at the right angle to where we can have our head sail out and our screecher. we're doing 6 knots.
So should we shut off the engines, cruise along at 6 knots, and wait for the wind to pick up?
I can give us a little bit of forward speed, get us back up to 6.5 knots.
I think it's okay, honestly. What do you think?
So our ETA is later than we'd like.
It is. It's after dark.
Yeah.
We're not maintaining that.
I mean, give us a little speed here. Bring us up to 2,000.
See what that does for us?
Yeah.
It'll also bring the wind a little
More forward. Yeah. So we're just motor sailing along on one engine that doubles our fuel range, and we're still making 7 knots at a happy 2,500 RPMs on our port engine. And as the wind fills in and our speed builds up past that 7, we'll reduce on our port until we're sailing. Wind, as expected, has picked up a little bit. We were running about 2,500 RPMs. Now we're running about 22 to 2,200, and we're still above 7 knots. We're slowly backing off our engine, hopefully getting to the point where we can just straight up sail.
Concerned?
Not yet. If and when it gets close, we'll power down the engine, furl in the screecher, and just go from there. Yeah, it looks like we might get a little wet.
We rolled up the screecher, and I think just in time before it's starting to really start raining on us. So Daniel made a good call. So along with the rain, we're also getting a shift in winds. So we got to adjust sails. Woo-wee!
I need you on the drum.
Okay. What's the wind speed right now?
13.
Okay.
We got it to 17.
Okay. The forward portion of that squall was a little heavier. All right, easy. Were you able to maintain course?
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Makes you feel alive, don't it?
9 knots. Thanks for your help, love.
There we go.
That was fun.
It was.
That was good times.
It's exciting.
Yeah. We pulled in the screecher when we did.
Like I said, I really think you made a good call. That was a very good call.
Yeah, I saw 17, so which is a little much for the screecher. We like to pull that in around 12 to 15, so. But, yeah, all good.
With the wind being so variable, we decided just to drop our sails and figure out once the wind kind of settles in on the actual course that it's meant to set, we will figure out our sail plan at that point.
Yeah, and we got a cut to make through a bunch of corals and shallows and stuff, so we'll probably wait till we get out into the open blue for anything else.
We are sort of kind of approaching the exit of the Bight of Abaco, and it is a ton of rocks, coral, shifting sands, so trying to navigate through all that, making sure that we get out safely. So Daniel's super focused on that right now. At least the rain has cleared up a bit, and we're just focusing on getting out safely. Sandy Point, and it is a real common place for people to stop while they await a good weather window. We don't have to stop today because I think we have a good weather window. We're just going to keep on going all the way to Eleuthera. Really aren't a lot of waves today. It's like a 1 foot every 2.5 seconds, I think. But we turned basically like right into them, so it's like whoa, whoa.
Not a fun angle having them right on the beam. Not fun. And we have successfully made it through that cut, so let's get out of this little rock and roll hullabaloo here. Next stop, Eleuthera.
So that was our trip through the Bight of Abaco, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
That was brief, but it was a shortcut. So instead of going through all the out islands, while those are amazing, we plan to do those later in the season. This is a great shortcut. Just a few shallow bits that had us hold our breath. Okay, get my turning up. I will have this already.
Oh, it's hooked up there.
Oh no!
So this has happened to us before when we get into rolly conditions. Because it's a double purchase on our main halyard, one of the lines loves to get wrapped around our top diamond stay. It's a pain in the butt. So no raising the main right now because we have to go up there and do all kinds of rodeo goofiness with it to get it off.
Ready?
Ready. See if I can fix our main halyard. Sea state's lightened up quite a bit. Got it. So now that's free. We can try to raise the main again. But and with passing that means that we are now leaving the Abacos, crossing the northeast channel. And headed to Eleuthera. You may be asking us why we don't have any head sails out right now. Well, neither one of our head sails perform really well this deep into the wind, or the wind this far behind us.
Alright, so interesting development. There's not a lot of wind out here, so we decided, the mainsail is just kept backfilling. We're like, let's just drop it. Yeah, so we take care of our sail, we put it away. All that's squared away, thank God. Because
our topping lift just broke. And it's a brand new line. Yeah, brand new line. And it's the line that's rated for this design, yeah. Just poof, broke.
We're not going to be using our mainsail right now. We have another 3 hours until we make it to our anchorage. That's fine. No big deal. And then we'll just deal with that when we get to anchorage.
We do have spare lines on board to do that, but now the topping lift that was up there is probably now down at the bottom of the mast. So we just gotta get up there and drop a line through.
We'll figure that one out later. Not today. Not happening today. Oh, we are approaching our cut here. Well, we still have several minutes, but Daniel's scoping out. There's like this rock that's right in the middle of the cut that we're taking. So I guess it's not as wide as we would like to think it is. But we'll go around it and it'll be fine.
It's like 200 feet on either side of the rock that you can cut through. So it's no big deal. There's no telling on any chart how deep that rock actually is.
7 years to
So we have all all this ocean swell, so that's what makes Daniel a little like, ooh, I want to make sure that we approach this just right, because there's a mysterious rock we can't see between the other two. So once we get past this little cut, it's super calm on the inside, so that'll be really nice.